So I'm looking at the difference, testing the difference between two proportions. They're telling me, and it's not in any kind of context, so I guess that's kind of makes it harder, I think, but that's okay. So it's a two-tailed test. I've got 519 successes out of a total sample of 550, and 664 successes out of 714. They want the test statistic, the p-value, then we're going to make some decisions about this. So I've got two proportions already selected in Rossman chance, but I'll do that again. And I've got, let's see, 550 for population 1, and there were 519 successes, 519. And there was 714 total in group 2. And that was out of 664 was its success. 664. Okay, and then we're going to do a two-tailed test, and if there's no difference, we set it equal to 0, and if there is a difference, it's still, remember, these two numbers have to be the same. We're going to calculate it. So I'm seeing a pretty large p-value. Of course, I'm looking at that stacked bar graph, and I'm seeing not a lot of difference here. I don't think it's going to be statistically significant. So there's my z-score. 2 decimal places should work. My p-value, they went to 4 decimal places, so this is convenient that it's working this time. The p-value is a whole lot higher than the level of significance. That's a pretty small level of significance, and that's a pretty big p-value. So we cannot reject the null hypothesis. Remember, we never accept it. We always fail to reject it. And then we're going to interpret it. Let's see. There's sufficient evidence to warrant the rejection of the claim that the two populations are not equal. Okay, yeah, we're going to reject this, but let's see if there's a better answer. There's not sufficient evidence to warrant the rejection of the claim. Okay, this is saying we can't reject that they're not equal. So I mean that's out because we're saying we can't say they're not different. So that's out. This is saying they are different. Yeah, and that's the same. B and C are the same convoluted kind of wording. And there's not sufficient sample evidence to support the claim. I like this one. This is more like that flow chart. There's not sufficient sample evidence. I'm going to try that one. I might get it wrong. We'll see. It doesn't like my p-value. Okay. So what happened there? Did I type it in wrong? 0.3227, 4 decimal places. So that might be an issue, and not that big an issue. I certainly came to the right conclusion. Let's see what the graphing calculator tells me. So I'm going to do stat test, 2 proportion z-test, so choice 6. I have 519 in group 1 out of 550. I have 664 out of 714. Does that agree with what I had in the Rossman chance? 664, 714, 519, 550. I'm doing a two-tailed test. Calculate it. Let's calculate it. This says my p-value is 0.325. All right, well, let's try that answer. 3254. Let's see if it likes that p-value. It did. So it must be something with the way Rossman chances are doing some rounding. It certainly didn't lead us to make a wrong decision. So I might not have gotten full credit on this open math question, but at least I'm in the ballpark. I wasn't that different. So hopefully this helps you solve this kind of question.